Now that SchoolLeader is installed, you need to set up your administrative rules, using the DB Support program. Typically, only the center owner should have access to DB Support. Double-click on the DB Support icon on your desktop, or, you can also access the program from your Windows Start menu. To access DB Support, you must be a user that has System Administrator permission. We have given you a default user ID, admin, with full permission to perform all SchoolLeader functions. Type in the user ID, admin. A-D-M-I-N. The default password is also admin. A-D-M-I-N. It is highly recommended that you change this password as quickly as possible. This admin password should not be shared with your staff. The password can be changed by clicking on Change Password, and then answering the prompts. Type in your current password. Type in your new password. A SchoolLeader password may contain up to 8 letters, characters, or numbers. Retype your new password to confirm. Click OK. Click OK again. You need to now enter your new password. Select Login. The DB Support functions are displayed. Let's start by discussing user IDs and permission. It is highly recommended that you define individual user IDs, one for each of your staff, who will be using SchoolLeader. For example, you should have a separate ID for your director, your assistant director, etc. Select user IDs and permission. Click the down arrow to view user IDs. In this example, we have 2 users defined: admin and director. If this is a new SchoolLeader installation, you will only see the admin user displayed. Select the admin user. Now, select the Permissions tab, as we want to discuss the admin permission levels. You can see that the admin user allows you to perform all SchoolLeader functions, therefore, only the center owner should have access to this admin ID. All permission levels are set to delete, the highest permission level allowed. All reports are set to yes, indicating that any report can be displayed. The permission levels for the admin user ID cannot be changed. The School Access tab is where you will specify what rights this user has for accessing a particular school. For the admin ID, Allow Access will be checked. For other IDs, you can select Allow Access, or select Read Only, by checking the appropriate box. Now, let's discuss how to add user IDs for your staff. Click on the Add button. Type the new user ID. In our example, we are creating a new user called Assistant. The user ID must be less than or equal to 25 characters, and can include letters, characters, and numbers. Type the user's last name. Now, type the user's first name. You can also type a middle initial. Click the Save button. It is important to note that your password is now set to the first 8 characters of your user ID. In this example, the password is ASSISTAN. The last T has been dropped from the password. If a user forgets their password, an admin user can come to this window and click the Clear PIN button. Now, click on the Permissions tab, so that we can define SchoolLeader access for this user. You can limit permissions to SchoolLeader functions. Each function can have one of 5 different permission levels. The different permission levels are: None, which means user has no access; Read, which means user is permitted to read data; Add, which means user can read and add data; Update, which means user can read, add, and update data; and Delete, which means user can read, add, update and delete data. By clicking on the down arrow next to each function, you can select the permission level for each user ID. The permission levels are cumulative as you move down the list. For example, if this user ID has update permission for school functions, they are allowed to read, add, and update school data. However, this user cannot delete any school data. As a general rule, only the admin user should have delete permission to a SchoolLeader function. You can refer to the SchoolLeader online help guide to determine the responsibilities of each function. You can also assign access rights to groups of SchoolLeader reports. The different report permission levels are: yes, this user can view these reports. No, this user cannot view these reports. In this example, we are selecting Update Access to Student Data. Continue adding the permissions for each function type, as well as reports. Let's jump to the sysadmin permission. Sysadmin delete permission should only be given to the center owner. The reason is simple: any user with sysadmin delete permission can also log into this DB support program and make changes to these permission settings. Any user with sysadmin delete permission can also make changes to many of the rules you will be defining in the front desk program. As a general rule, no one other than the center owner should be given sysadmin delete permission. It is our recommendation to allow update or lower permission for your staff members. Now, continue to set the remaining permissions. Click on the School Access tab. The default is set to allow access. Now, let's go back to the General tab. Click Save. You can now repeat this process to add more users. When finished, you can close this window